Georgia.
Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to the Georgia Shooting Connection Friday Night live stream. My comments are blowing off the page. We're all glad you're here. Hope y'all had a good week. Scotsman, how was your week?
What's going on, guys? Good to be here. Good to see everyone up the side chat. Pretty slow week for the most part. Not too bad. But good to be here. Good to see everybody.
Thanks
W,
for being
what's going
here,
on, man?
brother.
Pretty good week over here too. Went by really quick. Had a lot of stuff going on in the first part of the week, and got a bunch of videos up. I had a video a day, I think, this week. Maybe I didn't have one day, but I had 2 today, so that made up for it. I got a couple more. I was at the range yesterday. I was at the range today. I got some stuff in the mail. I got a new rifle project started. It's great. Everything's going good here.
Good deal.
Walter, what's going on with you last week? You got to unmute yourself.
Pulling a hillbilly, are you?
There it is. Gee, many Christmas. I couldn't hit the button with my mouse. No wonder I can't shoot with a nickel. I can't even hit a microphone button with my mouse. Anyway, yeah, I had a pretty good week staying inside. Mostly it rained all the way up until yesterday. And so I got a few videos knocked out. And yesterday I got to the range and shot some 44 and some 10 millimeter, which as CW likes to say is the only millimeter that you ought to be shooting. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know. I'm not going to admit to him being right, but So yeah, I had a good week, and it was all good around here. So let's see, Dr. Zink, what's happening over your way?
Well, at work it was kind of hectic all week. We're super busy right now, so dealing with customer issues all day long. Anyway, I did put up a video tonight about wanting your zinc and willing to trade with 10. So send me a medium flat rate box of zinc wheel weights, and I will send you whatever fits in a small flat rate, which is between 10 and 13 pounds of 70% tin, 30% lead, which is the price of that bar, 70-30 solder, as they call it, Roto Metals. Roto Metals is $29.99 a bar, which is 1 pound. So $30 a pound. I'm going to send you 10 plus pounds. So, and that's about it.
There's Andy's email. If y'all want to take advantage of his offer.
I wasn't using that email address, but that's okay.
Well, you can put your other one up. I'll copy and paste it to another banner.
Yeah, that's kind of my personal email address, but that's okay.
Sorry about that.
Email.
I can't. Yeah, I guess it'll let me type it in.
While he's doing that, Mark, how was your week?
Pretty good. After the show last week, got up Saturday morning, went up to the local club and had a sportsman swap. Picked up a couple of nice little things. Got a nice set of 41 mag dies and another lead loader in 308. Did a couple of videos this week. Some holsters I finished up. Some of those laser engraved ones. And just been a busy week. Been looking forward to this evening. Thanks for having me. Great to see everybody over there in the side chat. And let's just have ourselves a good time.
Thanks for being here, brother.
Thanks for having me.
and our kind of our new kid on the block. Not really. He's been around forever, but it's first time for us to be graced with his presence. Mr. Pat in the bunker, how you doing, brother?
I am doing well tonight, brother. I've had good weather the last this whole week. The snow is gone. It's drying up. Ground's firming up. And on top of that, a couple days ago, I actually got to take one of my new guns out, and I actually got me a coyote with it the other day. So I'm really happy that that thing's on point. About 100 yards or so. Yeah, he didn't move too much. So I'm really happy with the gun's performance so far. And yeah, I'm doing great. So we'll shift it on over. What does Gene know tonight?
Hey, everybody. Man, welcome all in the side chat. Hello, illustrious panel. Good to be here. Good to be here. I'll take a moment to get a drink of my coffee.
Woohoo!
Willie Bullet Man.
We're going to talk about that in a minute, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Had a really busy week at work, man. You people are killing me with your orders. I'm telling you. Man, I have washed so much brass and sorted so much brass this week. I'm brassed out. But thanks for having me on tonight. I got something special tonight for What's Hot Pot Got, as well as more industry information.
Is it the brass tacks?
It is the brass tacks. 3/4 inches, baby.
And everything got shuffled, and we kind of skipped over Hillbilly. We got to get Hillbilly. How was your work week, man?
Buddy, that's fine. Man, just excited to start my weekend off here on Friday night with Georgia Shooting Connection with all you fine people on the panel and in the side chat. Just always a joy. Love it very much. Man, it's been a good week. We had a lot of wind come through here the other day. I had a whole day set aside to go out and shoot, and the wind was just terrible. So I was able to make some of that up today, but all in all, great, man. It's weather's nice. Woke up this morning and had a pulse. Everything's great, baby.
Glad you're here, man. I want to say something that I should have said last week. This past Monday marked the second anniversary of our friend Willie Bulletman's passing, and that leaves me with a heavy heart, and I know it does a lot of you guys in the side chat and most of you guys on the panel. And I just want to take a few minutes and let the guys in the panel and you guys out there type it in if you can. And absolutely, Big Al, I can't keep up. I can't keep up. There's AR Patriot 1776. Glad you're out there, buddy. So if you got a quick Willie story, go for it.
You got too many of them.
I know.
Boy, what's a good one? I'll tell you a quick one. And I got to be careful on how I word this one. But at one point, I was going to say a couple years ago, but it was clearly longer than that. It seems like yesterday. I had kind of was getting some, call it bad YouTube press from one of my former subscribers, and was kind of giving me the dickens over some stuff. And Willie jumped in online on YouTube and said, "Hey, no, wait a minute. This guy knows what he's talking about here, and he's not doing what you said he was doing. And you need to pay closer attention and look before you leap and that kind of thing. So that was to me was kind of typical of Willie to stand up right beside you and stick up for you, as a good friend should. And that's what Willie was to everybody. And they didn't call himself Willie Bullet Man for nothing either. The man knew how to cast a bullet, and he was like Johnny Appleseed of bullet casting. He spread that stuff all over the country. He was great.
It was one of his joys. He loved casting.
He would cast before he would eat.
Yeah, almost literally, I think.
So, anybody else want to go before me? Because I got a story. Y'all are not talking, so
I'm just trying to
I'll
think.
tell y'all.
But
I'll tell you how I got to know Willie Bullet Man. My first encounter with Willie Bullet Man was watching a Eagle Eye video, and Eagle was up around Willie's neck of the woods, and had gotten in touch with Willie and met Willie at a range, and I could tell Willie was really excited because he wouldn't shut up. I mean, he was talking the whole time. Kenny was trying to shoot and everything else, and I'm like, I made a comment on the video about, so Eagle, where'd you get this Willie Bullet Man character? I mean, he's he won't hush, and of course, if y'all know Willie, he ain't gonna let nothing like that slide. So he commented back, and sorry I wasn't up to your standards, or something like that, I'm like, hey man, I didn't mean anything personally. It's just that, he's sitting there on his rifle, down on his rifle, sighting in his target, and Willie's yapping in the background, which was very Willie if y'all knew him. That was something Willie would do. And he commented something back, and I apologized, and we went back and forth and started commenting on each other's comments after that. The next thing you know, we're like best of friends. We're talking several times a week, texting each other constantly. And finally, he, thanks to that guy, he got to come to Georgia, and he stayed at Kyle's house for 2 weeks and stayed at my house for 2 weeks. And it was a blessing. And I'll never forget him, and I miss him dearly. But Willie and I didn't get off on the best of terms, but we became best friends. Go ahead, Scotsman.
I was going to say, he pretty much did the same thing when we went to Wilson Shoals and met up with Georgia Boy. And we're all trying to shoot and all the rest of it. And he's doing the same thing, walking around and yapping behind everyone as they're shooting and that. Good times, though. Good times.
Willie went through life with a running commentary, didn't he? Like a sports announcer.
That's probably the best way to describe it. Yep. You could have put a microphone in his hand 24/7.
I think we talked every day, every other day for months. Just sometimes a couple times a day. He would be doing something and he'd have a question about something or a comment about a video or a comment about something. And I mean, he would get phone calls from other people and we'd hang up and then he'd call me back.
Yeah,
Talk.
I guess the biggest thing that got me together with Willie was, we talked many times before, but once I really got into the zinc side of things, and I sent him one of those little 1 pound electric pots, and it made his life a little easier to cast some zinc. And then I lucked out with a bunch of Lyman pots and Seiko pots, and whose birthday was coming up, and I was scrambling like hell to get the one redone and rebuilt and cleaned and looking new, to get it in a box and ship it to him for his birthday present. And I said that was our moment when we tremendously clicked. The zinc is the biggest thing that put us together.
He took to that zinc very well.
Yeah, we used to talk about it. We discussed the loading many times and stuff, and but that pot changed his whole thing about zinc. Then he started casting a lot of zinc. That's why I wanted that pot back in the worst way. I didn't want it to go to somebody else. Okay, I didn't want, and it just never materialized after he died.
Yeah, on the live streams when he and his wife would start fussing. It was like Edith and Archie Bunker.
Yeah, that's right. James Pollard has that 1 pound pot. That's Willie gifted it to James Pollard when he got the other pot from me.
There's KFW. Welcome in, buddy.
Hey, man.
Somebody's messing with my buttons.
We saw who got the stinger there.
Kid in the cookie jar.
Yep. Hand right in there. Got it.
Gene, you got any Willie stories?
No, sir, I do not. I never had the pleasure of meeting Willie. I was just actually getting to watch him right before everything really started happening with him.
I have every one of his videos is up on Rumble. I set up a Willie Bulletman channel and put all his videos there. So just in case YouTube took it down for any reason.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I wish I'd have got the meeting and talked to him, but I did not.
I wish I could remember that the first meeting. I can't, and I don't remember at all. I'm bad that way. I know it was before his amputation, and I know it was about the time. It was a few months before that because he was talking about it before his weight loss. He was still pretty big. It was just before. I don't know if he went twice or not, but when he went to see Uncle Jim. So probably the last time, if there was 2 times. It was right about then. But I don't remember the first time. If I had to guess, I'd say he got my number from somebody and called me. If I had to guess, that was my first interaction with Willie. I could almost guarantee that he called me. Whether it was Scotsman or Jamie or somebody gave him my number, and I'm pretty sure that was it. But hours and hours and hours and hours of conversation. We would be casting bullets, talking, just the phone on speaker and just casting bullets, and you hear each of us knock, 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 dump and lid and knock, 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 and hours just talking like we were sitting across from each other.
There's Fuzz. Willie sure had a big sprue hammer. And he did, man. I
He
mean,
did.
you couldn't talk to him without hearing that hammer beating on a mold.
He liked that Harbor Freight, that big Harbor Freight white hammer.
Yep.
I got one.
Yeah, I did too. In fact, after seeing Willie use that thing, I thought, yeah, maybe he's got something there. I quickly determined it. No, I don't think you do, Willie. I told him so. I don't like that.
Yeah, it works, but it doesn't hurt nothing. It just
No, it's just
Like-
big. It's too big for my little hand.
I like that. I like that one that Chuck got for me. Got for a bunch of us. It's for It's for leather work.
Yeah.
Designed for leather working, but it's heavy. It's nice. You don't have to swing it much. You just tap on it and it opens the sprue right up. And even the most stubborn, it works really nice. It's weighted.
Yep. That's the one I've been using for quite a while, and I had a couple of them in my leather kits.
Oh, I've
So
probably worn out literally 4 or 5 Lees and 3 or 4 at least RCBSs, and a bunch of dowels. I mean, I was using wood from the woods. I was using cut off broomsticks. I mean, when I was a kid, when we were first starting out, I remember I lopped off some of Mom's brooms in the kitchen to get a piece of
boy.
wood. Oh,
Yeah, I used hickory hammer handle for a long time, and would reshape them just a little bit and get rid of the knob up on the end, and they worked really well. But nothing works like that leather maul. That thing is really great.
I've been
It's
running with that
perfect.
since
Perfect.
Chuck gave it to me. Oh, it's got to be a couple of years.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's fine. It's got scars in it, but it's fine.
Yeah, the weight's perfect, and the swivel handle is really helpful. Didn't put
It
blisters
doesn't
on your
wear
hands.
out.
Yep.
It doesn't wear out. I mean, I took some of my older RCBSs and Lees and put PVC over them, and that makes them last a little longer. But even that wears out. But whatever this material is, it's a nylon. It just lasts.
Yeah.
Until you start casting zinc and realizing how hard you have to hit the first couple of pours to get the thing open, you'll be glad you have one.
We got somebody sending out an SOS or a distress call right there at the bottom of the screen.
yeah. Wallace is stuck in a house full of estrogen.
Oh boy.
Yikes.
Yeah, get your water wings on, man.
Yeah. Glad everybody's out. We got 65 folks out there. Thank all of y'all. Y'all humble us greatly. And speaking of that, it's about time for us to shout out the side chat. What could we get them to type in?
Oh,
Willie.
easy. Yep, too easy.
Yeah,
Just Willie.
definitely Willie.
Really?
Okay. Type in Willie and we'll call your name out on the radio, TV, whatever.
We on radio now?
Probably somewhere.
I
And
got a
y'all
base
are
for
off
radio.
the page. All right, y'all ready for this? We got Artac and daughters out there, except he topped in Kitty. So, hey, Miss Kitty. Hey, Artac. We got Reloading from the Hot Pot on the panel and in the side chat. We got KFW. Walter Viejo is also on the panel. John's Hand Loading. Welcome in, buddy. Got Thor's Axe, Big Al, DJ Play Nice, Pat in a Bunker on the panel tonight. Welcome. Got Chessboard, Mark Thomas also on the panel, GGW Outdoors, Insight Freedom, Bama Dad, Senior Master Sergeant Bulldog, Andy 79Z28's on the panel and in the side chat, Papa's Place, Mike of Mini Mikes, Artac and Daughters, John's Hand Loading, Tactical Fud, James Pugh, Harm, Edward Petty, Reloader 762. What's going on, buddy? We got Abigail Finnegan, Christian Grest, James Pollard, Trees Are Blowing videos, Insight Freedom, Bobby Barlow, Ashley A. Pat in the Bunker again, Boomstick Revenge, Chessboard, Paul Loud, KFW. Some of y'all are putting them in more than once. Artack and Daughters again. Rich B. Hillbilly Ups on the panel and in the side chat. Inside again. Reloader 762, Thor's Axe. MCK, hey Mock. I know, buddy. Tim S, Kyle, Rollis Carvelis, DWD37. Insight Freedom again. That's 4 times, Scott. Come on, buddy. Wayne 7834, MCK, DJ Play Nice, the best voice on YouTube. Lakeview Outdoors. There's Vanessa Kitty. Rollis Carvelis, M. Gabriel, Vanessa Kitty, Walks Fletcher, 6-Shooter Texan, Insight Freedom again, and AR Patriot 1776, Senior Master Sergeant Bulldog, CW Longshot, and I think that, there's Duffer 426, M. Gabriel. Just when you think you're through, they pull you back in. Hipparchus, AR Patriot Nation, CW Longshot. I think that's everybody. Big Al says 70s watching. Wow, guys, y'all are awesome.
Yep, I see 7-0.
I see 71.
Thank you, people.
Yes, thank you so much. And golly, GGW, we got to have you on soon because I know you actually met Willie and shot with him at a range out close to where you live. So we'll try to arrange that. And I still can't catch up with the side chat.
It is moving pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's spinning. Yep.
Yeah, I never got to meet Willie. I got to watch some videos and hear a lot of good stories about him. I think me and him probably would have got along just fine.
Willie got along with everybody. Absolutely everybody. Even those that didn't care for him, he got along with. He tried to.
Yeah, when I first started podcasting and stuff and starting to really get into the guns, back into it again, I caught him at the tail end, and I think we would have become fast friends. Just his demeanor and all the stories that I've heard and everything. He sounded like a really good guy, super nice guy.
And there's my new neighbor, Ricky Baird. What's going on, Ricky?
Hey, Ricky, I shot the 25-45 today.
So Ricky's relocated, hadn't he?
He's in the process.
He's in the process, yeah.
He has gutted that house. I mean, it's going to be a show place when he finishes. He sent me pictures today of the wall that used to be between the kitchen and the dining room. There's nothing but studs and wiring at this point.
Yep.
So we're going to meet up and go to a new gun store. Well, it's not new, but it's new to him because he just moved into the area and see what they've got. Thanks, DJ. We appreciate that. Rick, he was a true brother, and I miss him every single day. $217 videos. Oh no, that's his number, 5217.
How many videos, Jamie?
I don't know. I misread that.
Okay.
227.
220. There's Kyle Lusk. Y'all remember that dude?
Yeah,
Hey, Kyle.
he's told a few stories about Willie.
Yeah, he has. And there's OCD Outdoors. Uh, I was shocked to find out that OCD had moved to Arizona so he can shoot in the desert any dang time he wants to. Which leads us to our next topic for the night: ranges. What do you like? What do you dislike? Indoor, outdoor.
I like any place I can shoot a gun.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
Indoor, outdoors, locked away in the basement with a suppressor.
Well, you ought to come over sometime, Gene. I've got a bunker. And it's pretty long, connected to the missile silo.
Ooh.
I hope you.
Can we shoot anything out of that?
Oh, we can. Once.
You shoot straight up.
So what I see most out there is outdoor. People would rather shoot outdoors.
I prefer outdoors. It just, I don't know. It just, to me, it's not tight quarters. Indoors is just like tight quarters with
Yep,
people standing
tends to
too
be.
close. It's louder. It's a lot more. You know, you're dealing with all the smoke from the powder, and you know, plus the local ranges around here. They're off the wall. An hour is $29. Get out of here, and they chase you out. Even if the range is empty.
Mm.
You know, so and they don't let you shoot everything you want either. So I prefer the outdoor range. I can shoot whatever I want. We've got up to 300 yards, and I don't bother with that anymore. 50 yards is fine in most cases, unless I'm really testing a load to see what it does. Then I'll go out to the 100 yards first, and then 200. That's it. 200. That's far enough for me. If you're 2 football fields away from me and I can take you out, that's good enough.
Yeah, that brings up another self-defense thing. If you, at what point in time are you not? What range are you not defending yourself? You're the aggressor. I don't know the answer. I'm just.
I think it's anytime person's retreating from you, that's the point. If he's still coming at you, you're good to go.
I like that answer.
I mean, you really don't want to. The guy turns around and starts to run when you pull the trigger and you shot him in the back. That's not too good.
No.
As you see in my videos, I belong to an indoor and an outdoor range. If it's freezing cold outside, I'm not gonna go drive 45 minutes to my outdoor range, where my indoor range is 10 minutes away. You know, so if I want to go test ammo or anything like that, or it's just too darn cold outside, I just hit the indoor real quick. I shoot USPSA there too, and friends with the owner, shoot with him. Outdoor range, we got everything from 25-yard pistol base to 300-yard rifle range. It's a nice club. It's a private member club. It's $100 a year, and they got a nice clubhouse. If you got anything to give, they got a table for free stuff. I picked up a spotting scope last time there. That was on the table.
Nice.
Wow, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, people, and I've left some good stuff. Other people leave some good stuff, and we share amongst ourselves with the things that we don't need or want anymore. You know, we got a really good community at this range.
I was doing pretty well at my local indoor range for a number of years, where I'm still a member, but some of you know the story. They went all lead free, and lead free ammo is pretty sucky for the most part. And it was a handgun range only, so you could shoot rimfire there. So I'll go out there once in a while and shoot rimfire. Go out and shoot my golden boy or something. That's about it. Maybe once every
No
month or
lead.
so.
No
But my
lead. Drink.
yeah, they won't let me do that either, because you got to have lead free primers also, and try to find
Oh.
those.
Yeah, that's
So
not
and then plus the range masters don't know from zinc. You know, they say we got to be able to identify what you're shooting. And then anyway, reloading is a no go there now. But the outdoor range that I've been going to it's kind of like Gene's distance away. It's about 45 miles or so each direction. But you know, the indoor range was close, 5 miles from my house. This one's 45 or so. I go, you know, only once a week at the most, but I just take more guns. They don't have an hour limit.
Yeah.
You can go there and stay as long as you want until you feel guilty about the poor saps behind you waiting for lane times. Then I'll move. You know, I'm not a hog about it. But and they've been real nice to me up there. I got to know the range masters, and they're good to me. They talk to me every time I'm there, and I take the time to talk to them and thank them for all they're doing. And you know, I can pick up all the brass that I want there. One of them is picking up lead for me. She's out there, you know, going back and forth all the time. She got a big jug about once a month or so. She says, here's your jug. You got another one? Yeah. So I enjoy it. And the rifle side goes out to 700 yards there. So they got pretty good rifle range. So, and I do prefer shooting outdoors. It's covered and all, like most outdoor, ranges are. So it's not cheap. The membership's $100 a year. It was $75. They just raised it. And but even then, there's still a range fee, even if you're a member.
Well, $100 a year. I mean, Walter, that's not bad. I mean, we don't have any range fees, but $100 a year, and you can shoot from dawn till dusk.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a gate. You got to have a magnetic car to get in and out of.
That's nice. Yeah.
And yeah, I really like it.
Mine is manned. I'm going to go to a life membership as soon as this year's membership runs out, because the life membership is $1,000, and at the $100 a year rate plus the range fee is still $15 for me, even though I'm a member. So it doesn't, 15 months and you've got, yeah, it's $15 for range time. It's $30 if you're not a member, but it's not limited for time. So
I can go 365 for the $100.
Yeah, we still got to pay a range fee. They have paid range masters, and that's where they're getting their money from. So,
plus if we have any like IDPA events, I pay half price.
Nice,
being a member.
Yeah. So,
well, I'm pretty blessed, being a cattle rancher and a farmer. I can go anywhere, set up my steel targets or my paper or anything. And if I want to, I've got a buddy with a 50 BMG, and we can set up to 2.5 miles away. And it is fun to watch that guy work on a 50 BMG. And when he connects with water jugs or any kind of reactive target, man, that is a blast. We did that. We've been doing that the last 3 years now. And, I ain't got anything that'll stretch out near that far, but man, it is fun to watch a long gun like that work. When you have to have a spotting scope, absolutely, to see the splash, it's awesome. So, but no, I like I said, I'm blessed, pistol or rifle or whatever, so I can I got a lot of land. I can go set up about anywhere I want to. So I love the outdoors. Even going to a shooting range, I am a member of the range, my local range here, and it's about $30 a year with no range fee or anything, and everybody kind of chips in. We keep care of the trees. Everybody kind of does their own part. We keep it mowed and trimmed and everything. Keep it nice because there's a full trap house and everything there that the high school shoots at and everything. So it's nice to keep it up and cleaned up just so that way the kids, when they come in and they're practicing on with their shotguns and everything for state trap and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun to watch those kids have a blast out there. It really is.
Hillbilly, you got room to shoot on your property, don't you?
Yeah, I've never shot from a range in my life other than when we go do shotgun, competition, shooting trap. There's, a few times we shot at a basically range, but I mean, it was basically all made up for shotguns, We had trap, we had skeet, rabbits, all that stuff, and that's the only time I ever shot there. Never shot in an indoor range ever. Pat had mentioned 50 BMG, and that reminded me, if you are a content creator and you have a 50 BMG, email me at AmericanHillbillyUp@gmail.com because I have a buddy that is looking for somebody to do like a collab with on that 50 BMG. So anyway, if you're a content creator and you have a 50 BMG, the range to shoot it at, get a hold of me.
I'm thinking seriously about a private range up on the north end of the county. They say you have to have 2 active members recommend you for membership.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We'll see
How
what
far
happens.
away from you is it?
Well, probably 30 to 45 minutes.
That's not bad. Gives you plenty of time to curse yourself for your lousy shooting, or congratulate yourself for your great shooting on the way home.
I think
Walter.
they have
That's me.
like a 50-yard pistol range.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Then like a 250, maybe 300-yard rifle range, and it's a destination for trap shooters, like Hillbilly was talking. They got the whole thing. But, I would love to be a member, so when the guys come down to Dead Zero, or if they decide to come on down to Cartersville to visit with me, and okay, Ricky, I'll see about it. Ricky's like, let's join. They also have a little lake out there where you can fish at night and fish anytime, really. And but the shotgun thing is, do what?
Can you shoot fish?
No.
Brian,
Okay.
how'd you like shooting those zinc out of your 300?
It was fine. It was fine. I don't know if it's up tomorrow or Sunday, the video, but yeah, it was fine. And a couple were really, really, really accurate.
Once you find the load, that's what you get. Try him in your dad's 06, whatever that rifle is.
That'll be next. I got so many things to shoot. But yeah, that's that'll be something I'd like to do too. I want to work more with the 8mm. I haven't had that out in a while. I got a new project here coming. I'll be working with that, but that's going to be probably a month. I haven't even ordered the barreled action yet.
There's Gizzard out there.
Hi, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
To John's hand loading, let's see. I took my open gun, which shoots 9 major. Big compensator on the end of it. It's a blaster. It's loud. I ran 2 people off of the one area of bays because we got three different sections of bays at my indoor range. I had 2 people shooting, one on each side. I started firing that thing off. They left. I got to film some video in peace and quiet.
It's kind of interesting, you go to the range, and at least where I'm shooting, I would say 80%, maybe more than that, of the shooters are in some stage of novice, / beginners, and they're all shooting 9mm or 380 or 22, relatively light calibers. And if you go there and shoot off a 44 mag or that 41 mag or either 10mm or something, they just jump out of their shoes. They didn't even know those kinds of calibers existed, and they're wondering, what in the world are you shooting over there? Is that legal? Can you shoot that over here where we're shooting our 22? Yeah, it's only twice the size of your 22 44. It's not that much bigger,
Drawing the crowd.
Look at it. Yeah, it's interesting, that I say, well, let's talk about this for a second. And, there are bigger guns than the one you have, and they do make noise.
Well, Mark Thomas
Well,
has a lot of range, and he shoots that.
Flame, and they see the flame.
Yeah.
They see that glow coming out of the end of your boot.
Shoot some slow burning powder out of there, and it burns halfway to the target.
I bought some of those 9mm non-incendiary tracer rounds. Have you tried shooting those yet? Because I've still got the box.
No.
You know what I'm talking about? They're called streaks.
Yeah, I've seen it. A couple guys on YouTube that were shooting them not too long ago, and I watched them and go, "Yeah, it's fun."
Most indoor ranges won't let you shoot that stuff, and you
Right.
know why, or you should know why.
Well, this is supposed to be non-incendiary.
I wouldn't want to take a chance. You ever
Yeah,
see a range fire?
I
Little bit of
shot
fire.
them. I wasn't impressed. They really didn't do anything. They're more of a gimmick than anything.
Really, I have some that I haven't shot yet.
I might have to take a chance and fire a couple of them off, see what it does.
Yeah, when they came out, it's probably been 6 or 7 years now. When they came out, the guys that actually owned the company came out and gave us some boxes to try. It was kind of a gimmick. At least that's my thoughts on it. I thought it was more of a gimmick than anything because you even in the indoor range, you really couldn't see a whole lot.
Okay, well, I got a quick question since we're on the subject of ranges and everything. With your blessing, of course, Jamie, if you don't mind me asking a question.
Go for it, man.
Okay, so when everybody here on the panel goes to a range, indoor, outdoor, doesn't matter. How many younger folks do y'all see? And I'm talking maybe 30 on down. Like teenagers or 20 somethings or something like that. How many younger people do you actually see at your guys' range?
Well, last year my range had a lot of new shooters, a lot of young kids that I don't want to call them kids, but a lot of young people, definitely under the age of 30. I would say a good percent of them are probably under 25. And what's good about it is when you see somebody that young and stuff, and you start talking to them and stuff to find out how new they are to shooting and stuff. They appreciate you taking an interest in helping them.
I tend to go during the week in the morning, and so pretty much the only folks there are the geriatric gunners, myself. The young kids are working. But on the occasions that I do go on the weekend, I see my fair share of younger shooters. And when I was still shooting at the local club indoors, um, they were open 3 nights a week, 3 evenings a week. And if I'd go out there in the evenings, there was a significant number. In fact, I would say the younger people outnumbered the older folks because we were all in bed by that time.
I'm
But-
seeing a lot more women at the ranges.
Yep, me too.
I mean, they're there with their boyfriends or whatever, and but I'm starting to see a lot more women shooters.
We got one public range around here that I've been to quite a bit because there's a gun store over there, and I go in and check them out. And there's a lot. I would say more than anything else under 30. There's not very many experienced or distinguished shooters at that range at all. It's pretty much all younger people. My one outdoor club that I shoot at the most, the one you see in my videos, probably 25% younger people, and most of those are children of members. So they're members too, but they're children of members. The two indoor clubs I belong to, pretty much none unless they come with mom or dad. But that's shooting matches. I'm only there for matches, so I don't see it day in and day out. There's a couple of ranges at other gun stores, and every time I've taken notice, it's always younger people. So, and there's a lot of new shooters here too.
Yeah, definitely a lot more women. And the demographics that we read about are all saying that, hey, the largest group of new shooters is, or at least a very substantial portion, are women now.
I know,
that are first-time
20
gunners. And
25 years ago, 30 years ago, when my wife first started shooting bullseye in our league, there was only a handful of women. As a matter of fact, I got our awards changed when I was in office there, vice president and president, to include women's trophies. And it's carried to this day, and it's actually very popular today. Same rules, same regulations for the women and the men. There's no difference. But it was a women's set of trophies and a men's set of trophies instead of everybody together. And it was originally done to promote the women to come, the girlfriends and the daughters and the wives of members to come and compete. And literally, I'm going to say there was, now this league I'm talking it was 20 teams and close to 10,000 members. So it was a lot of people. And there was literally a dozen competing women when my wife started, probably less, 30 years ago. Today, and that was only a couple of teams had women. And probably half of that were regular shooters. The other 6 were occasional shooters. Today, I'm going to tell you, it's dropped to about 16 teams from 20. We've lost a few teams, dropped a lot of members, but I'm going to tell you, every team probably has 3 to a dozen women, 3 to 8 women.
Outstanding.
So a lot more women participation.
That makes it a lot easier to come up with a line like, "Honey, we can't go out to the steakhouse tonight because we're buying that new gun for you. It's going to be mostly for you, honey."
It's my wife used to get the biggest kick because she was always a pretty good shooter. She had a pretty good teacher.
Yeah, well.
So
She has to get the biggest kick out of all the guys that would wanted to help her when she's on the line. Because we always shot separately. Because when we were on the line together, I always have to be over there with her, and it would screw up my scores, my shooting, my ability to shoot. So we would always shoot different relays. So either I was RO or I would be out there so that I could help. So she used to get the biggest kick out of all the guys that would come to help her until they learned that she shot a higher score than they did.
Yeah. That must have made her feel good too. She had to get a good sense out of that and say, "Yeah, go ahead, show me what you got, guy."
Big kick out of that.
Yeah.
Big kick out of that.
It's like, come on, buddy. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got.
Yeah. Let's see how well you taught me. Bang, 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 bang. All you taught me really well, didn't you?
He was well liked and actually won a couple of the big trophies for our league. We have 4 big trophies. One is a range officer trophy for range officer of the year, and then there's 3 other ones that they're basically all around good guy awards. If you're there participating, helping other people, and other teams notice it, you win a trophy for that. And there's basically 3 of those. They're different names and there's slightly different criteria, but basically that's what they are. They're attaboy, good job, all around good guy type awards. And she's won 2 of those. So
Wow,
it was
great.
well liked too. Yeah.
Very nice.
Bulldog's leaving. He's going to meet the wife for dinner. I know he's going to New Orleans, saying Happy Mardi Gras. So I gotta say something to Bulldog. Les-y, le bon temps roulé.
Drive safe, buddy.
Yeah.
Good to see
Watch
those
the
videos.
other idiots,
He had a
'cause I'll
couple
still be
videos
here.
this week. I don't know if you
Did
guys
he?
caught them. He did 2 videos. I caught them both. Shooting on his front
Cool.
porch.
I'm gonna go.
Good videos.
Gene, it's about that time. Are you ready, buddy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And after we do this, we'll get Mark Thomas to talk about his range and range experiences. If he's up for it. It's time for White's Hot Pot Got.
Hot Pot has got this is kind of in honor of CW. I watched a video on this cartridge from him, and then lo and behold, one pops out of the dang sorting machine, and that is a 327 Magnum. I thought I would do this for him tonight.
Nice.
So the 327 Federal Magnum cartridge was introduced by Federal Premium Ammunition and also sold by Sturm, Ruger, and Company. It is intended to provide the power of a 357 Magnum and a 6-shot compact revolver. Those cylinders would otherwise hold only 5 rounds. The 327 has also been used in full-size revolvers with a capacity of 7 rounds or more. The 327 Federal Mag is an example of a super magnum because it is a magnum of a magnum, the 32 H&R Magnum. Whoop. Information's falling down. It was designed in 2007 and is produced from 2008 to the present day. Got one more thing here. The average bullet mass type in these is a 100 grain or a 115 grain, both in standard and Magnum loads. And I got something else to show you here. fucking get it together. This is an example of what it looks like next to a 357 mag. 327 mag being on, it's my left, your right. And the 357 mag being taller one. Speaking of Elvis ammo.
Golly.
But the difference in that, in the 327 mag, you can play hide and seek inside that 357 mag case.
Yeah, after you shoot them.
Yeah. I have never shot that cartridge, and it looks interesting to me. I'd kind of like to find something that'd shoot it. And
There's a whole list of pistols that do this. Henry did the first lever action with it, I think, and I think other companies are actually doing barrels for 327 Magnum now. But that is what Hot Pot's got on the cartridge case size. But in other industry news, White River primers are available for a limited time at Republic Ammunition. As far as I know, we're the only ones with them.
wow.
The company did a big to us as a distributor. They were given a time limit. They wanted all those primers back. They were given a time limit on payment to be returned. They did not meet the time limit. So my boss said they're going on the market. So they are available as long as we have them in stock, and we are going through them pretty quick. They are good primers. Be something just to maybe experiment with, get to see before you don't get to see them anymore. I've had good luck with them. Just had good luck with them. Jesse B's had good luck with them, but they're all local to my shop. So some have been distributed out by Heath just to see, because he just wants to see videos on them. He likes watching all of our videos.
Yeah, the reloading fairy dropped some of those on me, and I'll attest to the fact that they're good to go. They're good primers.
Yeah, they are. But that's what WRFTHP News has tonight.
In Cincinnati.
Close. Lima.
Breaking news out of Lima, Ohio.
Hey, before you
Lima
get
Bean
rolling,
himself.
before you get rolling, I just wanted to tell everybody have a great night. Time for me to get out of here.
Good night, Andy.
Night, Andy.
Good night, Andy. Good
everyone.
to talk to you,
Andy.
Dr. Zink.
Good having you here.
Have a good one, brother.
The fickle finger.
Bye, Andy.
Yeah.
Fickle finger of fate.
I got to find something else to display them on, man. It's kind of a long rise. It's hard to hold that steady.
We have booger
Modify it.
yourself.
Yeah, wobble. Maybe put it on a
cut it.
stand. Make a stand or something so I can just rotate it.
There you go. Find yourself a set of cast-off pistol grips and cut that stalk off of there and fuse on some pistol grips.
I couldn't even buy a fake pistiola to put that on the end of.
Yeah, probably not. Get away with it here anyway, huh?
Yeah, I might get away with it. I'll figure something out.
Yeah, John's hand loading. We were talking about that the other day when he put that 9mm casting video up. It's irritating. Believe me, I know from where I speak.
Maybe I could have Saul make me something to display on. Might email him.
Oh,
Rad Lab 3D.
Yeah.
Because that finger doesn't look like the index finger. I'm just saying.
It doesn't. It is. It is.
I still like it. I think it's kind of cool in a way, but even though it don't look like the index finger, but it's a cool way to display the cartridge. It's just that it is so big.
Yeah. Well, I started using this because of Mario. Mario said one time he said one time my hands were creeping him out. So I seen that. Then I seen this, and I made a video, and I said, "Hey, Mario, I think my hands are creepy. Look at this one."
If you didn't see a body attached to that, you might actually think that was Mickey Mouse giving you the bird.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll figure something else out by next week.
Yeah, we're feeling that pain, John.
Yeah, John, I just showed a mold, cold mold, just showed the mold, and they took it down, and that was my third strike, and it cost me the whole channel.
Yeah, I didn't get a strike for it, but they took down a video of an MP mold that I just showed all the pieces, parts, and how to properly assemble it. And I even stated, there's no powder, there's no lead here. We're not casting bullets. This is just a bullet mold. And they said it violated community policies.
Yeah, they don't tell you how it violated. They just say,
"Yeah,
too bad, so sad." Boogers. That's why I do all that stuff over on Rumble now. Say, here's what I'm doing on Rumble, guys. Go watch it over there.
There's Val. Hello, Val.
Gene, you got a couple of questions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They should be on the website. They were on today because I sat and watched Catherine package them up today as orders were coming in. He may have gotten some kind of word to shut him off. He was kind of scared of getting a cease and desist. And check this out. Check this out. It's B&H, D&H or something. Holdings is who actually owns White River. I think it's D&H Holdings. D&H Holdings actually placed an order for 1,000 Gen X primers today. So we think
you guys?
Yes, we think they're feeling us out to see if we're real. I go to work every day, man. We are a legitimate company.
No kidding.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
So
you just got shopped.
Yeah. So he sent him out. Here you go.
I had peed on him. I'd have peed on him first. And then sent him out. Put it down on the dog pole.
And to Bald, there is no more Shooter's World powder coming in. We had a bunch of it, and I told you about it. You should have jumped on it instead of procrastinating. I've got some of it.
My dealer just got some in.
There's no more coming into the States. What's in is what's in.
Yeah, he just got a couple of cases, I don't know if they're cases or cartons, but he just got a couple in tactical powder and tactical rifle and something else.
Yeah, the tactical rifle, AR rifle, there's still some of that around, but as far as like the clean shot, we can't get any more of it. All the main wholesalers and distributors are out of it.
I've got 1 pound of it left.
We can't get any ultimate pistol. We can't get any major pistol.
I never used it. I'm not about to try it now because why?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. I got a couple pounds of it just to try.
Yeah.
It's really good shotgun powder too.
I hear it's right.
I didn't think about that.
From what I understand, the burn rate on it's more like tight group.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very close.
Yeah. In fact, when it first came out, everyone was saying, "Hey, you can use this like tight group." I hesitate to do anything like that, but that was kind of when we first started seeing the clean shot. Not everybody, but folks were saying it's the same as tight group, and it's not. It's similar, but it's not the same. You can't substitute.
No,
Exactly.
you can't. You can't substitute load data.
I don't know why they would be out of stock. Like I said, I don't run that side of it. You know, I'm a grunt. I'm in the back lugging around 5-gallon buckets of brass, washing it, polishing it, sorting it. I do stocking. I drive tow motor. I unload trucks. I'm not in the, my boss Heath. He's the one in the office doing everything.
No, I pulled it up. It's on there. It's on there. Maybe it's got a refresh because it's on there.
What is
the primers? They're for sale.
Primers.
Yeah, they're on there.
I never go on the website because I work there.
Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah.
I see what's coming in because I'm the one forklifting it around and busting it open and stocking the shelves. So I know what we've got as far as inventory, but I don't prices and things like that. I don't look, man. I work there and he sponsors me, so my price is not going to be your price.
Right.
So if I tell you a box of primers costs $15, that's not what you're going to pay. And I'm just using that for an example. I don't pay $15 for a box of primers.
I placed an order from a new place, reputable, big name, and got order confirmation, got everything 2 days ago, and today I got a email that says 2 things are out of stock, back ordered. I don't understand that. How can you confirm my order and then 2 days later tell me it's out of stock? That's not cool.
And yes, walks. What do they call that when you sweep up in a factory? 5S. Isn't that what that's called?
Large pistol's a hard one to get.
We have large pistol.
Walter, you got a question from Ashley.
I answered her. Yeah, it's just Walter Bunning, all run together, no space. Or type in hashtag Moldy Monday. That'll get you there too.
I gotta find Willie Bulletman over there on Rumble and subscribe to that one if I'm not. I don't think I knew about that, so I don't think I'm subbed, but maybe I did.
Yeah, it wouldn't show up because there's nothing new going up there. You'd have to do this in that search field, and I think it's just Willie Bulletman all together.
Yeah,
I'll dig it up.
Tim S. It's just it's republicammunition.com. Gene.
Yep, that's it. Google it.
Yeah, it's easy to easy to find.
Not everybody needs to send you a link.
It's if you do Republic Ammunition, that's the first thing that pops up. And yeah, it's easy to find.
And yes, Walks, I'm not above pushing a broom. My boss pays me very generously for what I do because I can do the work of 3 people. I've got skills all around the shop. I've owned
skills, mad skills.
I've owned my own business. I've done manufacturing. I've done bookkeeping. I've done stocking. I've done it all.
Good.
So, and I like working for him. He's a good man.
I had a boss who once told me I could do the work of 3 people: Mo, Larry, and Curly.
I didn't say which 3 people, Walter.
I know you, Gene. I know you do the work of probably 3 or 4 normal people.
I like to stay busy, man. The older I get, the more I need to move.
Yeah,
I want to be
a lot of truth in that statement. A lot of truth in that statement. You quit moving, you're done for, boys.
I want to be like you. I want to be able to make it to 117.
Yeah. Die in bed at age 117, shot to death by a jealous husband. That's
Sign me up.
That's the way to go.
Just make it quick.
Yeah.
Quick and painless.
Oh no, please don't.
Bring a 327 mag in and do me. Make it count.
Y'all
Make it-
suckers have bought them all up.
Nah, kill me slowly so I can remember why I'm being killed and how happy I was to be in that.
Oh yeah, there is that half of it.
You know, there's two sides to everything.
Fred's got Willie's Rumble channel up there.
Yep,
in
I
the
see
side
it.
chat.
My phone's
Well-
not smart enough to log me in with my account, so it makes me sign in again and so
Oh,
I'll copy and paste that.
there you go.
Walk's telling me I'm not normal.
Yeah, you talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Right there it is, right there.
Man, that's the charcoal on the bottom of the pot.
Just remember that Walks is the guy who doesn't like Sinbad purple powder coat. I don't know how he lives like that.
That's shameful. I love looking at a purple bullet and loading it into a gun and shooting it.
There you go.
That's satisfaction there.
So, Mark, did you get to answer the question on the range, on the ranges? Yeah.
No, but I wasn't in a hurry.
Oh, okay.
We did kind of deviate. Sorry.
No problem. I'm kind of like Hillbilly. I've never shot at an indoor range. I've never paid to go into a range. Everything's always been either public ranges or I do belong to that club. It's a 10, maybe 15-minute drive for me to get over there. $40 a year, and plenty of opportunities to shoot, especially in the summertime when Seth and I go down there, late morning, early afternoon, and nobody else there. So that's really what I prefer. I'd rather shoot outside. I'd rather be out in the weather, a little bit more realistic. If I'm going to be shooting guns that I'm going to be hunting with, I'm going to be out there hunting in the weather, and it's just nice place to be.
Yeah, you have done quite a few videos out there at that one range where you typically go, where we see you at a lot, and that looks like just a nice handy spot, easy, close to parking, and you just, it looks like a good place to go.
It's a little noisy because it's right beside the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I mean, you see cars zipping behind me. That's trucks, cars zipping by 75, 80 mile an hour on the Turnpike.
You got ears.
Yep.
I was just curious. So
we ain't heard from Scotsman on the range thing.
Man, I've shot all kinds of places, but indoor ranges, you kind of really got to pay more attention. They're very loud, obviously, and like Andy and that mentioned, you get a lot more smoke and all of that going on.
okay, well, since you if you do shoot at an inside range, how many young people do you see, like in their 20s and stuff like that? Do you see a whole lot of people like that there, or kind of split, or what are you seeing?
I haven't shot an indoor range in quite some time, other than a private indoor range with Firearms 101 up in Pennsylvania. The last indoor range out this way that I shot at was the one that I worked at and ran for a while. And when I was running that, there was quite a few younger people coming in that were very inexperienced. So we had a lot of teaching going on. But we've seen a lot more the younger generation coming in as far as that over the years, especially with everything going on the past few years.
I kind of forgot to answer that part as well. And we see quite a bit. There's a lot of more experienced shooters that are going down, and there's a lot of, I see families. I see a lot of, mom, dad bringing the kids, teenage daughters, teenage sons. I have run into a couple of my students that are members down there, and they go and shoot. So it's a pretty good mix, and it's nice to see.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah, we see about half and half here when we go to the range. I'd say half the people there are over 30 and not half are under. But something that really, one thing I like about going to an indoor range, or I thought I liked, it was the fact that there's no wind, so your targets are stable. And then this last time I went, I figured out that's not the case. It's you got that percussion and that wind coming off. I think the problem is the equipment at that particular range, because it's just standing there and it's just flopping. I mean, it's held at the top a little bit, and then the paper is just flopping around. Well, there's no way to keep your target from moving. And once you take aim and you send that round, the paper's still moving around. You don't think it's that much, or it's the bullet's going to get there so quick it's not going to matter, but it really does. And it's confusing me at the outdoor range, or at the outdoor range I go to. I put my targets on cardboard backers, and Scotsman's seen me do this before. I put them on cardboard backers, and then I clamp those on with those big metal paper clips. But it's a mesh. It's a plastic mesh. So when you put it on cardboard backers and you tape it up there, if there's any wind at all, the stuff starts kind of sailboating, if you know what I mean. And, if you're testing loads that you've loaded up, your stuff needs to be still. It just needs to be still.
Yeah.
And I think what I'm going to do is build my own target stand and carry it out there. And it's going to be a pain in the butt, but get me a coffee can, fill it up with cement, put a 2x4 about 4 feet, 5 feet high, and take it out there and, build me a piece of plywood up there to put the target on. I think that's the only way to really stop that from happening.
Our good friend Paul Harrell, last year I think it was. Anyway, at some point, did one of his videos on how to make a simple target stand. The type that he uses. Made out of wood that looked pretty good. Fairly simple operation. Comes apart, carry it out there, set it up, and come back.
I'll have to look that one up. And y'all know.
We also had Tactical Fud do one here not too long ago as well on a basic stand.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think he used PVC pipe or something like that.
Yep.
But yeah, the range that Jamie goes to, the back end is not very good, so it has to move around quite a bit.
I think that's what I'm going to have to do, is figure out what I want to do. That's nice, Scott, to have cardboard backers on your pistol bays. It's
Yeah. If anybody's looking for any outdoor hangers to put steel or stuff up on, here's a good idea that I ran across. Get you an old swing set and take everything off of it. And man, that works awesome for hanging steel. And I've got a paper deal that I can hang the paper off of that I just hook right up on there. I've got all these hooks welded on. I'll have to do a range video of where my range is at sometime, but it's got all these hooks welded into this old, and I can just hang whatever I want to right up on there. And I've got two swing sets, and it works pretty good that way. Um, it was cheap and it was easy once the kids got old enough, or you can usually find a swing set for little or nothing. Somebody's wanting to get rid of it, and just weld all those hooks along the top of it, and you can start setting all your steel, or even do a paper frame out of some 2x4s.
Yeah.
Just staple it right up there, hang it up, boom, and you got the perfect hanger right there off whole swing set. So, but yeah, I'll have to do a video on my range outside the bunker here sometime.
Okay, here, let's
Over
do
by Missile Silo.
this. Let's do this in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Mario, the West Coast weirdo, the Battle Bean, his own self is with us tonight. Hi, Mario.
The most
Dang,
gorgeous.
Walter, get a room.
He's the most gorgeous man on YouTube.
Mario's my buddy. He just lives right over there. He's less than 100 miles from me.
I love Mario because and the second half of that is Mosin. Right behind you,
Yeah.
so.
What's not to like, right?
Exactly, right? And I've always, as stupid as this sounds, this is going to sound absolutely stupid to you guys, but I've always wanted to do that with you guys and do the hay. now I feel like I'm a part of the club.
Well, good for you. This brings up another. It's time for our verse of the week, but this brings up another. Two people at the range I don't like: brass goblins and your range officer Nazi.
It also brings up something else too, Jamie. Remember when anytime we went to the range with Willie would walk around, go up and down the line, and ask everyone if they're keeping their brass or if we can have it.
Yep.
Right.
Always pays.
But he asked.
He was never shy. He'd ask every single person on the line.
Yeah,
So
but he was nice.
Walk up right up and ask him.
He was nice enough to ask, though. He just didn't go up and take their stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh boy, Jamie, I'm sorry. My dyslexia might have kicked in or something, but I thought you said something totally different besides brass to take the B away, and I was like, my brain heard something completely different. I was like, what did he say? Sorry, I can't help it. It's my way my mind works.
Pat, I'm sorry I missed that completely, buddy.
Oh, sorry. Can you not hear me?
I could hear you. I just couldn't understand what you were saying.
Oh, sorry. I was probably giggling too much. I thought you said something totally different besides brass and dropped the B and the R off of it. And I was like, what did he say?
Oh, yeah. You focused on the goblin part of that?
Yeah, exactly. So that's my
Okay.
bad. That's the way my brain works sometimes. So I apologize. But I just about died there for a second.
Yeah, well, if the guy had asked me, I wouldn't have got so upset. But yeah, I was ticked off.
Yeah, that is bothersome, and it's rude, and it's like, if you're at a restaurant and someone says, "Hey, what did you order? That looks good. Can I try some?" And they just, no, get out of here.
Yeah, I kind of like that deal off of Secondhand Lion where the guys just come up, "Hey, what do you got there, old man?" And it's just like, no, get away.
Yeah.
Good movie, by the way.
Now,
But,
see,
yeah,
at my indoor range, here's an advantage here. When we shoot USPSA, we've got a huge, big back area that we shoot in, and it's big enough for 3 stages. Well, the owner of the place, all the other brass has to be sorted out of all that back medium, all the tire chunks, but all the brass back there gets all swept up, put into 5-gallon buckets. And if you bring a bucket, you can take a bucket. But only the USPSA shooters know about it or can do it. So
Yeah.
if I didn't work at Republic, I mean, I could get a lot of brass there just by taking a bucket in.
Yeah.
You know,
I ask
very gracious.
I ask, and at the range that I'm shooting out now, the one up in San Luis Obispo, California, I would say 80% of the brass goes forward one way or the other and is out in front of the firing line. And at target changes, it's first come, first serve out there. And I still find it strange that there are not that many hand loaders on the pistol side. The rifle guys are almost all hand loaders, but on the pistol side, hardly anybody is. And so it's however much 45 and 40 and 9mm. That's mostly what's out there that I need. I can go get. I have more people come up to me when I've got my ammo box open and there's all these Crayola looking things sticking up out of from my powder coated gas bullets, and they go, what in the world kind of ammo are you shooting? Because they had again, a lot of beginning shooters got no knowledge of cast bullets, got no knowledge of powder coat or anything like that. They're all shooting plated and jacketed stuff. And it's, what in the world have you got here? And maybe it's 38 special. And I say, yeah, I reload all of this stuff, make my own bullets and things. You can do that? Yeah. You want my brass? 10-4. And so I get a substantial amount that way, just from people coming up and want me to share the knowledge a little bit about what I'm doing. But as Jamie was saying, and Scotsman too, you walk down the line, ask folks, particularly if they're shooting something that I need, if they're shooting 9mm, I don't care. In fact, the 9mm reloaders, I'll help them pick up their brass and bring them more than they shot, and because I've got so much of it. But always good to be friendly.
Our indoor range has slats, just like it's. I want to say it's like pallets, so the brass falls down below, underneath you, but and it belongs to the range, so you can't get it out, and that's how he keeps the price down of shooting there, is by selling the brass. But he sells it back to guys like Gene works for, and
yeah, but check this out, Jamie. Take one step back. Now it's falling at your feet.
Yeah.
That's how I keep mine. I take one step back. I stay at a safe distance, at a safe position, but I step back just a little bit, one step, and 90%, between 75 and 90, depending on the day and the ejection, I'll get the brass back, and I go over and get the wiper and back in my range bag.
All right, this is the thing. I'm a reloader, hand loader, whatever you want to call us. I don't want my brass to hit the concrete, because number one, a range goblin's going to get it. Number two, it's all scarred up from then on. You know what I mean? So that's the reason I like bolt action rifles, I like lever action rifles, and I like revolvers. I can catch my brass as it's coming out of the gun, and it's all good. Like Tommy Boy says, shoot revolvers, don't worry about it. And I have brass catcher's tread for my ARs. Scotsman, weren't you trying to say something earlier when we got into this?
I was just going to say that I remember you telling me that guy at the range, your brass hadn't even hit the ground yet, and he was trying to grab it.
Right, it hadn't even stopped rolling. And
I know
it's
like you almost need to say, "Hey, I'm the guy with the gun here. Keep that in mind, room boy."
I had a guy like that one time at an outdoor, like, little local range I belonged to for a minute, and he come over in my area when I was done shooting. I was just starting to clean up, and he started coming in and picking up my brass, and I said, "Whoa, dude, back up! That's mine." It's on the ground. I said, I'm a reloader and that shit's mine. Back up. Sorry, I said that word. Yeah. I kind of I just got nasty with him.
Yeah, some folks need to be educated. You know, they don't get it, and
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to put your foot down right now.
right.
You know?
So
Hey,
this-
buddy, your shoes are on the ground. Are they mine?
Yeah,
You know?
you're stealing my property.
This guy,
I brought that here, and I'm taking it back with me.
this particular guy, and Scotsman's seen him. He's seen him in action. He brings his son with him and his son's daughter, so he's never there by himself. And he's got that broom or either that round thing made out of wires that scoops them up, you know, those things. And I'm serious, guys. It don't. He's sweeping it up, and I say, "Hey, man, that's my brass. I'm a hand loader. I worked hard on that brass." He said, "It ain't your brass no damn more, because once it hits the concrete, it's mine." And I'm like, "Really?" I'm sitting here with a 357 Magnum in my hand, and you're talking to me like that? I'm like,
Yeah.
not that you ticking me off is grounds for me shooting you, but at the same time,
That ain't
temper-
ground. That ain't grounds for shooting, but that's grounds to put the gun down and pull the buck out of your pocket.
Yep.
Dude.
What's the old saying? Them there's fighting words.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Pat.
I'm pretty lucky at the range that at the club that I'm with. It's all we got the concrete benches with the seats and everything, but there's grass in between everything, and usually there's enough room in between for when the brass goes, you know. And we lay down tarps and stuff, especially if it's hand loaded stuff coming out of a semi-auto, and we can catch all of our brass. But the rule is, if you don't pick it up that day, the very next day, anybody can come in and get it. So if you didn't get it that day, then it's a free for all. So, but your brass is your brass at our
Yeah.
range. So, and that's great because the range doesn't make money off of the brass, you know, because 9 times out of 10, the guys that are a part of the club, if there's anything left over, we just pick it up anyway, just to keep it out of the grass. That way, when we're mowing and stuff like that, it's, you know, it's not dinging up our blades and stuff like that, or trimming, or, you know. So I'm pretty lucky at the club on that. So I just, if it's your brass, it's your brass. I mean, that's the way it should be, because it's your property. You bought it. It's not just the bullet that's going out the end of the barrel. It's everything else coming out of the gun too. That's just my thoughts on it.
all right, let's do our verse of the week. And I should probably apologize before we get to this, because this is going to hit some of you guys with a 2x4 right between the eyes, and it did me. So, Matthew chapter 5, starting in verse 27. You have heard that it was said to those of old, "You shall not commit adultery." But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. So we got to be careful with this one. Obviously, we're talking about adultery, and it's an extension or building on to what we learned about murder the past couple of weeks. It's a matter of what's going on in your mind. What's going on in your mind goes directly to what's going on in your heart, and that's what we're here to talk about. Is looking at a woman to lust for her, is that as bad as the actual sin of commission of adultery? Absolutely not. But Jesus is telling us that it's very similar, and it will lead to it. Let me get some notes here. So Jesus considers adultery in the heart a sin. We know that we think about what we think about and allow our hearts to rest on is based on choice. Many believe they have no choice and therefore no responsibility for what they think about. But this contradiction is the clear teaching of Jesus here. We may not be able to control passing thoughts or feelings, but we certainly do decide where our heart and mind will rest. So imagination is a God given gift, but if it's fed dirt by the eye, it will be dirty. All sin, not the least sexual sin, begins with the imagination. Therefore, what feeds the imagination is of maximum importance in the pursuit of kingdom righteousness. How many of us go through our daily lives pursuing kingdom righteousness? I know I don't. I know I should, but I know I can't.
Well, and I think we all know that we need to try, but we also know that we're subject to human failures and frailties, and that's why we're able to ask for forgiveness when the time comes and feel good about asking for it. But this can be a troubling passage for a number of reasons, but I'm going to be quiet on it for now.
Yeah, I agreed. I mean, yeah, we're all men here, and I'm sorry if it offends any of the women out there or anything, but I can appreciate a good-looking woman, but it's for about that long because I know what I got at home, and that's where my heart rests.
Let me put it to you this way.
Okay.
All right. This is a commentator named Bruce. Jesus, though tempted in all ways, Hebrews 4:15, endured such temptations, but he did not yield to such sin. He was able to see women as other than objects for his gratification. He was able to see women as other than objects for his gratification. He was tempted in all points as we are, but desire was expelled by the mighty power. Listen to this. Desire was expelled by the mighty power of a pure love to which every woman was a daughter, a sister, or a betrothed, a sacred object of tender respect.
Pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
and Walks nails it right here. There's a difference between admiring something and lusting after it. And trust me, buddy,
Exactly.
that don't have to be a woman. That can be cars. Heaven forbid, that can be guns and motorcycles.
Yep.
Slowly,
you
I
just
turn.
nailed all four right there. At least for this verse, anyway.
Yeah,
At least for this.
and I don't know. I should weigh in. But I've thought about this verse for a long time, and it talks about adultery. And if it wasn't for the fact that the two sexes attract each other, there wouldn't be any procreation happening at all. Because if they, if men and women were to take each other at face value, neither one of them would have anything to do with the other one. I think, once you get so what's adultery? You have to remember what that means, and I don't think this passage is really talking about what we would call dating or admiring a woman. If you're a young man and you're single and you're solo and you're looking for a partner and you kind of know what it is you're looking for, and you go, she checks all the boxes, that's the one that I want to go for, or and pursue and woo and pursue as a potential mate. I don't think that's what we're talking about here in this particular verse. I think we're talking about the idea that, hey, you've already committed to somebody. Don't be straying away. You made a commitment. Be a man. Stand by that commitment, and let's not stray from that commitment. If you do, then you shouldn't have made that commitment in the first place. It's what I think, and that's kind of a tough one to crack here in California. Shoot, if you make a marriage last 3 years, that's some kind of a record in this state, and it really bothers me that people will jump into it, and that quickly, and that with that little regard for the other person. So this is a big verse, and particularly when you go into the next verse down and see what it says about what you ought to do if you do find your eye looking off to somewhere else. So I struggle with this because I know I'm guilty of looking at a particular woman and saying, oh man, she's something else, and then 10 minutes later, might be even longer than that, I'd say, get that out of your mind. You're 76 years old. What do you think?
Yeah, well, we're all human. We're all human.
Yeah, and the guidelines are here, and it's good to bring those guideposts out and look at them again and say, yeah, guilty as charged. Sometimes I try to not be, but
yeah.
All right, I'll shut up on it.
But then again,
go ahead.
Where does admiring end and lust begin?
Yeah, could be a fine line.
That's
it could be a fine line. It could be a very wide line for some, because we're all independently thinking about things.
Yeah.
So, you have to use your judgment on where to stop.
Yeah.
Tommy boy, my granddaddy used to tell me that beauty is only skin deep, but ugly goes slap to the bone. Duffer, what about King David? When King David sinned with Bathsheba, I think King David's big downfall began when he got complacent. He got complacent in his worship. He got complacent in his study. He got complacent in doing the things that kings do, which is in the spring of the year, go out to war with your armies. And he stayed at home. He got bored. All the men were gone. All the women were still there. And Bathsheba was not without flaw either, because she was up on the roof taking a bath. So,
yep.
And
for everyone to see.
And this question here from Bald and Curious, basically, God says if you're unequally yoked, like one of you is a Christian and the other one is not, or if one of you comes to God and the other one doesn't after you're married, then you should live with them as long as they want to stay with you, or if they want to go, let them go, basically, is what God's saying. There's only, the only real reason for divorce, a justifiable reason for divorce in the Bible is adultery. But there's more than one kind of adultery too.
Agreed.
Yeah, and we got to remember that the good Lord created us all. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he put down here on this planet, and he knew that we were going to have our frailties, and so that's why we have these guidelines set out for us. Say, hey, I know you guys are going to stray, And here's what you do when you see that you've taken the wrong path, go back and take the other fork in the trail. That's
Pretty
my
much.
feeling anyway. He knows I'm I'm weak, and he expects me to realize that and fess up. I'll say,
Hillbilly, you got anything to say about this before we go through the room and tell all these nice folks good evening?
he might have gone off to pet the dog or something. There he is.
Nah, I'm here. Nah, sorry guys. I'm dealing with really bad toothache. And this is miserable.
Sorry, Mike.
I hate that, man.
Yeah. So, man, I don't know. It's like you got really nice, brand new 22 long rifle, pistol or whatever, and you're very thankful for it. You love it, and then you're super excited with it. You love that pistol, but then you got the range one day and see somebody else over there. They got a nice, shiny, fancy 357 lever action or something. You can't. You got to be happy with what you have. I mean, I think temptation is the biggest part of it. Does that make sense? I guess is what I'm trying to say. You have to know that you really wanted that and you're very happy for it, your wife or whatever. And just because something better might come along or something like that, I mean, it's really hard not to, like I said, be tempted just because there's something that looks nicer maybe or better or just maybe, is a little shiny and catches your eye for a minute. It's tough. But as humans, we have to deal with, man, it's really tough for me to explain this, but I think most people, everybody else has said has been really good. I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah, it's enjoy what the good Lord's blessed you with.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
This is the best way I can tell you.
Yep.
Godliness with contentment equals great gain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's another good quote.
Well, with that, let's Hillbilly, I know you're going to go help out Gizzard Gary and tell him we're wrapping up. So we'll let you say goodnight first, or you can get over and help him.
Buddy, man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate y'all very, very much. This is so fun. I've enjoyed this even with a toothache. That's how much fun this show is, And anyway, thank you for having me. Always a great panel, great side chat. Just a blast to have. A privilege actually to be on here, and I thank you all for that. I got videos coming out, and I just want to remind everybody I'm getting close to 1776 subscribers. And give me just a second here. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to be having a big giveaway. That's going to be actually the next giveaway on the channel. And I thought I had this unwrapped. I guess I didn't. Doggone it. I'm sorry. But I have ordered some of these patches, and I thought this was just so cool And so we're going to be giving some of these away with, a few other things. But, well, let me try to get that. There you go.
Love it.
That's nice.
That pretty much says it all right there.
Well, I thought, but we're going to be giving some of those away, and I'm going to be having a bigger giveaway. And in order to do that, you have to go over to my Twitter, X, and just follow me over there and comment 1776. And the reason for that is I'm able to post, like, when I get really good deals through companies, discounts, and all this and that. Everybody knows how hard it is on YouTube to put that out there. If it has anything to do with the gun, then they don't like that. But I have no problem doing it over there with X. They, so far they've let us post pretty much whatever we wanted. And so that's the reason for me doing that is, getting you over there to see where some of the really good deals that I really try to get from some of these companies for everybody. So anyway, that's pretty much what I got going on. And then tomorrow night we got Guns, Beer, and Therapy. It's at 9:00 Central, 10:00 Eastern. And anyway, thank you all again. I appreciate y'all. Jump over there after the show's done and check out Gizzy Gary. Thank you all, and I love you.
Thanks for being here, and I'm not trying to rush you off. I'm just giving you the opportunity to get over there if you need to.
Before you jump off, man, I know you're a hard seltzer guy, but I do have a cure for your toothache if you got a toothache problem. It's an old school Scottish method. It's called whiskey and a pair of pliers.
Yeah, I'm about to that point right now.
Works every time.
Night, Hillbilly.
Night, guys. We'll see y'all.
Good night,
Hillbilly. See you tomorrow night,
See
buddy.
you later, buddy.
Bye.
See you tomorrow, man. Feel better, dude.
Thank you.
All right, who wants to go next? Pat in the bunker. How about you go next? Thanks for being here tonight, man.
Oh, man, I have enjoyed it. Like I said, long-time listener, first-time caller. So this is awesome to be on with you guys tonight. Hadn't got to hang out with Dr. Zink or the Scotsman up there, so it's been fun hanging with all of you guys tonight. So I've got to be on with some new people tonight and some familiar faces. And man, I've loved it. Good conversation on the range stuff tonight because there's so many different types of ranges: indoor, outdoor, private, or just going out into even some government land. They'll let you carry and shoot some stuff out that way too, just depending on where you're at. So yeah, it's been a blast. I thank you, Jamie, for having me on. Hopefully, I can be on in the future sometime. You've been a great host. Awesome show. I've been watching it for the last 3 years now since I got into this podcasting game, and it's always an honor to come on as a new guy to a new channel and just be able to have a different discussion or hang out with new people and just expand the my range of people that I can pick their brains on stuff, because there might be reloaders, there might be guys that do this or that, or somebody might be really into the gear, or somebody that really knows how to do precision or handguns. So yeah, there's so many different facets to it that really you can't have a big enough well of knowledge to accumulate all that from everybody. So I appreciate it, man. I've had an absolute blast, and everybody on the panel, thanks for letting me on. I appreciate it. I really do.
Thank you for being here, and we're glad you had fun, and we hope you'll come back.
Anytime you want me back, I will be on, brother.
Good deal. We'll talk afterwards. I'll get you hooked up. Mr. Thomas, you all right down there, buddy?
Doing just fine. Been a wonderful evening. Thanks for having me. Been awesome trying to keep up with the side chat. They've been rolling right along. A couple of people sneaking in here right here at the end. Just some great topics tonight. Some good conversation. Good fellowship. As far as anything coming up this week, I'm not too sure. I got a couple of other projects I got to work on. If I can get a little bit of time on Sunday, I want to do some powder coating. I have some bullets that I've cast a few weeks ago, and want to get those loaded up. I got that new hollow point mold. I still haven't shot those bullets yet, so maybe even try to get a trip to the range. So I don't know. We'll see what comes up. Just been great. Thanks for having me. Let's send her on over to Walter.
Well, thank you so much, sir. Hey, it's been a good week here for me, and again, I want to thank Jamie and the rest of the crew for putting up with my nonsense here every Friday night. I certainly enjoy it. I enjoy seeing all of our brothers over here and sisters as well, you gals, on the side chat. Always fun to catch up with everybody and see how they're doing. My stuff is pretty much normal. If you haven't been over my Rumble channel, go over and check that out. That's where all my reloading and casting stuff actually happens over there. But I got a few things still coming up on YouTube. The Moldy Monday series is winding down. I got 2 or 3 more of those, and we'll finish out the year with 52 new moles. And that's going to happen again on this coming Monday. I got a couple shout outs that I want to do just real quickly. One is I hadn't heard from our friend Hobbies Hobo, that's Mike up in Canada, for quite a while. And a week or so ago, I reached out to him and said, hey, is everything all right up there? And he got back to me and he said, yeah. I said, I am. I'm just done with YouTube for a while. Canada recently had a new law came through that has just really hamstrung those guys worse than we are here in California. And then it was either today or yesterday, he sent another email out to kind of a bunch of us here and said, yeah, hey, I'm doing okay. It's all good. So if you've missed Hobbies Hobo, if you're a subscriber to him, he hadn't done much on YouTube, but he's just kind of at his wit's end with what's going on in Canada right now. Other than that, he's fine. The other one is there's a fundraiser going out for Paul Harrell and his wife. Paul's nearing the end of life. He's getting real close. Most of you are probably subscribed to him. And there's a T-shirt fundraiser going on, and there are several folks on YouTube who have that info. Guns and Gadgets is one. Jared, he's got a video out just I think yesterday, so you can dig around for Paul Harrell fundraiser on YouTube, and the T-shirt's $25. All the proceeds are going to he and his wife to help him get through this last struggle. So most of us have been touched one way or the other by Paul Harrell. So check that out if you get the time. Grab a T-shirt and lend some support there. So how about Mr. Gene? What are you doing, man?
Sorry, I had a hillbilly. I had a hillbilly. You said everything I was going to say, Walter. You took everything. Nah. Hey, thanks for having me on. I really had fun tonight. Always have a good time with what's Hot Pot got. I got a bunch of more offerings for that too. Yes, definitely check out for Mr. Harrell. It'd be a good thing. I want to give a special shout out to a gentleman I've been talking to on the phone. Had a lot of good conversations, and that's hi Earl. He'll be watching this tomorrow. He watches the day after. Let's see. I'm gonna get to the range tomorrow, do some chrono testing. I'm gonna shoot the Echelon and probably put another couple hundred rounds through it. I just like shooting that thing, man. I don't know why. Other than that, man, I hope everybody has a blessed weekend. Take good care of yourself. Get to the range and blow some smoke.
Amen. You ready, CW?
I'm ready. I've got a couple of videos in the queue. I got a couple of more I was able to do today, and hope you guys enjoy them. I'm going to start a little mini series on the new cartridge, new caliber, new rifle putting together, and that'll be coming up pretty soon. I'm going to continue some more with the 25-45. Really enjoying that one. It's shooting really good. I've made some parts purchases to upgrade the rifle, so that's gonna be fun. And I hope you enjoy watching. I want to thank everybody on the panel. I want to thank everybody in the side chat as always. We couldn't do it without you guys, and we had some big numbers tonight, and that was awesome. Good chat, really thoughtful comments, and that was a pretty neat cartridge there, Gene. It's a common one for me, but I forget that not everybody knows what it is and plays with it and uses it. So
I thought it was pretty cool.
Six-shooter Texan and I are pretty fluent in it, but I guess not a lot of people are.
Well, if I found this piece,
I'm learning.
If I found just this one, if I just seen this one piece obscurely, imagine how much of it I missed.
Yeah. Well, hang on to that and watch for it, because it can be very valuable brass. It's not seen very much. You're realizing now.
Well, we're getting 11 more bags in this next week, so I'm sure I'll be able to find a few more pieces in there.
Start a bucket.
I've actually got a little box set to the side that I put like particular things that I want in there.
Good deal.
I got another box full of 20 gauge shotgun holes.
Scotsman, what do you got coming up?
Gonna try and get up tomorrow and shoot some 45 for Willie. So most of you guys know I got Willie's press and got that set up for 45. So we got some 45 loaded up. So hopefully get up and get that done. And then other than that, I still got a customer service video. I got the box right down here. I got to get that done too. Life happens and haven't been feeling the greatest here and there. So, but doing better. So when I get those done, hopefully here tomorrow. But appreciate everyone up there in the side chat. Appreciate everyone here on the panel. Appreciate Jamie for always having me on when I can make it. And great chat. Good to see everyone. Good seeing Pat on here. And Pat, you're welcome on foreign domestic anytime as well, man. If we can get you on, we'll have you on for sure.
Just shoot me a link, buddy. I'll come on over with bells on.
Yep, I'm pretty sure I got your email as well. And then foreign or domestic should be good to go this week. So we'll see you guys Sunday.
Great, man. We want to let me get back up here to this comment. I thought I still had that up there. There it is. Brooke, tomorrow night, 8:00, Brooke Cheney, suicide prevention is what she talks about Saturday night at 8:00. And you can watch that right before Hillbilly Up Guns, Beer, and Therapy. And I've got more videos working and hope to get a couple of more out. I got one up yesterday morning. Hope all y'all saw it. If you hadn't, go check it out. And I guess that's it. Wow, thank all y'all for being here. We had 71 at one point tonight. That's awesome. Thank all y'all for the support. You humble us greatly. We hope the Lord blesses y'all real good. And if he's willing, we'll see you next Friday night at 8:00. Say goodnight, y'all.
Good night, everybody.